It all starts here. And with time, attention, and many hands along the way, you may have yourself a racehorse. We have a vibrant industry in this country, but it's all on the line now.
My name is Glenn Secura and I'm the owner of Hillendale Farm. We're a farm in Aurora, Ontario, and I'm also sitting as president of the Canadian Thoroughbred Horse Society, which is the association that looks after the interests of the breeders in the province. My first reaction when we heard the potential slots at racetrack program was going to get cut was a great deal of shock, and it went from there immediately to worrying about what the future holds for me and other people within the horse industry.
Because of the support with the slot money, I've invested more of my money into horses, and I've accumulated 7 of them. And their sole purpose is to eventually become racehorses that I will sell. And to think that the government is threatening to take all of that away, what's going to happen to the horses that I own? They're not going to be worth anything, not to mention the 80,000 racehorses that are in Ontario. We're going to flood the market. What's going to happen to all of these animals?
I just want to say I'm absolutely shocked, alarmed, and very disappointed at the decision that looks like it's about to come about. I think I was in disbelief that it had come about so quickly with so little discussion.
A change in the slot program for me would definitely have a major change. We would have far less boarders on the farm. We'd have less need for staff on the farm, so there'd be people that I'd have to lay off or get rid of on a permanent basis, unfortunately. It's going to mean I'm going to divest from the province. I'm going to send some of my mares to Kentucky rather than breed them to local stallions, and obviously that's going to have a trickle-down effect as well.
Friends that I've been speaking with are concerned about things like what's going to happen to where they live, where they work. If they work in a small town with a racetrack and the racetrack closes, they're concerned about losing their homes. The friends that I have, other friends that I have that work here that have limited education, perhaps don't even have a high school diploma, which many people that work here in this industry don't even have a high school diploma. What are they going to do?
Basically, if they do close the slots here and I lose my job, I'd be living out on the street.
I'm 44 years of age. Am I supposed to go back to do the Ontario Second Careers program and become a baker or a bricklayer, something like that? Great jobs, but am I going to find a position doing that at 44 years of age after spending a year or 2 of my time training or retraining? No, probably not.
Well, already people are reacting just on the premise that things are going to get cut, and people have canceled stallion contracts. People that have horses in the States are potentially reluctant to bring them up here and compete at Woodbine Racetrack, not knowing what the purse structure is going to be. So even the threat of this program being hacked away is causing a great deal of financial distress.
And another thing, I sponsored a child in Indonesia. How am I going to pay for that?
Mr. Premier, do you want to be known as the man who destroyed the jobs and growth of an industry that provided you with $1.1 billion a year for healthcare and education? That's not much of a legacy, is it? Be the partnership premier and keep this one alive, as it's a win for everyone concerned: the province, the municipality, and the industry.
My message to you, Mr. Premier, is why would you consider ending a relationship that has been so great? The government is making lots of money. You know, we're getting some extra benefits from that. I don't understand at all why this is happening. I don't understand what's going to happen to people who work in this industry that are going to lose their jobs. And what happens to all these people who lose all their jobs and going to end up, who are eligible but can go on unemployment? Who's going to pay for all of that? And who's going to help us? I think this is a big mistake, and I think it really needs to be reconsidered.
We do a lot for the province here. We bring in a lot of money. People bet on horses. The government gets revenue from the bets. So If you cut that out, there'll be less racing and less revenue. I mean, that's one thing they have to look at. But there's so many people that are dependent on racing, and they're just regular workers. I think the government's got it wrong where they're saying that this is too many rich people are getting rich here. It's not. I mean, there's a lot of rich people involved in the business, but they're also investing a lot of money in the business.
My message to the Premier is keep our game going, keep our business going, let us feed our families, educate our children, and give us something to wake up to, because we're used to waking up at 5:30 in the morning.
The message of the Premier is don't put all those people out of work for no reason. We're doing this for a long time.
If I had an opportunity to speak directly to Mr. McGuinty, I would want him to question the decision in as much as the current situation, we have 20% profit sharing with racetracks. This money is entirely reinvested into the province in the form of jobs and promotion of a very vibrant industry. When our government asks for $3 billion of private money to be invested in a province to build new casinos and invest in gambling, I wonder where they're going to find people to participate with that aren't going to have profit sharing. Most of the arrangements that I'm aware of involve a 30% split. So they're actually going to pay 10% higher profit sharing, and the money will be removed from the province because these will be international corporations doing it. So I just would ask him to reconsider it from that perspective.
There's a rich history to horse racing in Ontario. Bring business to Ontario, don't drive it away.
The Ontario horse racing industry goes back centuries, and what people have to realize is this is not a B racetrack here. This is the elite of the elite. We have produced in the province of Ontario the greatest racehorse and sire in history in Northern Dancer. So we are world renowned everywhere we go. People are enthused by our program. The breeding stock that we have has great value, and we get worldwide respect. So anything that would devastate that is certainly going to have a very significant negative impact on how we're perceived, and it's going to ruin the industry as we know it. We've been the model for jurisdictions all across North America. Our job growth and the growth of our industry has been profound over the last few years, and the idea that we're going to do something to slow that down just doesn't make any economic sense whatsoever.
What will happen to all these jobs if the Slots at Racetracks program is cancelled?